Hey everyone, welcome back to Life in Progress. Thank you so much for always listening and telling me how much you love our podcast. So, gusto ko lagi mag-improve, kaya we keep on bringing amazing, smart people sa podcast. Today, I am here with Dr. Rhea. Oh my God, I love your book. Dr. Rhea is the author behind Tama Na Brain. Welcome to Life in Progress.
Thanks so much, Angeli. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here.
Let's start with overthinking. What is it? What do you think ang pagkaalam ng Filipinos? And ano talaga yung ibig sabihin nun?
Pag sinabing overthinking, it's more related to rumination, wherein you're not moving forward, but you're stuck with a loop, a mental loop, wherein you overanalyze, you are hypercritical to the point that it gets paralyzing. And that loop is difficult as it progresses. Parang analysis paralysis, you feel stuck. And then it gives somehow negative emotions as well. Nahihirapan kang to make decisions, and then it weighs you down until minsan yung routine mo or yung relationships mo are actually affected as well.
So Doc, ano pinagkaiba ng anxiety and overthinking?
Si anxiety kasi, it's a mental condition wherein you are not in the present time. So it's fear-based, tapos nasa future-oriented state ka. However, anxiety is not always bad. It's a signal from your brain that says, hey, baka may harm, baka you have danger. So it gives you this certain alertness. But nagiging condition siya, nagiging disorder siya, Angeli, kapag hindi na proportionate yung fear mo doon sa actual na iniisip ng brain mo. If we have a certain issue, tapos you have cognitive distortions or faulty thinking, lumalaki siya, you're fearing the worst. So doon nagkakaproblema ngayon yung brain, no? So hindi na siya wired to think in reality. Yung overthinking is a process related to anxiety. It might cause anxiety in the long run because it encourages a lot of what ifs without any answers.
So it's a process, then yung isa naman is a condition.
Correct.
So magkaiba sila. Di ba parang pag Filipinos tayo, may tayo magsabi, nade-depress ako.
Oo, madaling sabihin, no?
Na-anxiety ako. So you think nasasabi natin yun na ganun kabilis kasi hindi natin alam yung mga meanings?
We are easy to label certain conditions without really understanding it. So it's good that we're having this honest conversation actually, and for the viewers and listeners, so that we could differentiate certain terms and where are we really when we reflect on ourselves. Anxiety ba to? Overthinking ba to? Depression ba ito?
So Doc, I went to therapy for 2 years.
Okay.
You know, isang lesson na gusto ko i-share sa podcast na to is my therapist told me, learn how to name your emotions. Kasi dati extreme ako. Sad or happy.
Okay.
Yun lang. Tapos na-discover ko a whole bigger world. Merong awe, missing out, ano-ano
Ang
pa
dami
siya.
pala.
Scared, worried. Ang dami. In fact, I have an app. I'm gonna share it with you later.
Okay, that's cool.
Hundreds of emotions na doon. Binigay yung sana therapist ko. Ano yung mga emotions, usually ng mga Filipinos, na yun lang yung alam nila? Or natin?
Natin.
Not nila, natin.
Oh, kasama rin tayo.
Kasama
Kasi
tayo
lumaki
doon.
tayo dito. Oh. Ang laki ng impact, you've mentioned being a Filipino because that gives overthinking or anxiety a cultural twist. It gives culture a factor. No? And when you grow up with environments wherein meron tayong cultural traits like debt of gratitude. No? So, meron din hiya, no? Shame. So, yung Filipino culture, may duality siya, Angeli. So it could be positive, pero it could also have a negative connotation, depending on how you would use it in a certain context. For example, how does overthinking play with the concept of hiya? Alam mo yung concept ng hiya?
Hindi. Or
Okay.
pag may bago kang gawin,
nakakahiya.
parang, or parang yung actions mo, paano iti-take ng ibang tao?
Correct.
Parang nakakahiya to, magdamit ka ng ganyan,
Exactly.
ganon.
Okay. So yung concept ng hiya, naiiba yung behavior mo depending on how you will use it. In a positive note is that you are conscious of your actions kasi you don't want to parang burden another person. Nakakahiya. Parang I wanna consider it. Or in my own mental health, because it's nakakahiya, I don't want to admit that I'm already struggling. So, yung concept ng hiya, pwedeng positive, pwedeng negative.
Doc, for me, that's people-pleasing.
It's also synonymous to people-pleasing.
Right?
Oo.
Parang medyo parang mas concerned ka, masasaktan mo yung iba, magiging happy ba yung iba kaysa sarili mo.
Correct. And sometimes, kapag nagpi-people pleasing ka, you lose sense of control over your thoughts, your actions, and parang nag-autopilot ka on what others would say about you.
Bakit ba sobrang grabe ang people-pleasing natin sa culture natin?
Yes. Mataas kasi yung collectivist mentality ng Filipinos, no? When I say collectivist, hindi lang ikaw yung inaalala mo, but you also tend to take care of people, no? Minsan extended families pa nga. This is somehow good, but at the same time, could also pull you down with societal expectations, no? So, ang problema, nagkakaroon tuloy ng people-pleasing behavior ang isang person when you are brought up with this environment. Kasi kinoconsider mo what others would say about you, anong gagawin mo, you need to consult, kasi nga collectivist. And in this sense, it takes away some sense of control kasi last ka dun sa choice. Kasi you have to consider other people. And that's debilitating. No? Hindi mo priority yung sarili mo, ikaw yung last. And then when you plan things out, you consider not just yourself, but your siblings, your parents. Meron laging pressure to always give back, to always have this fear of failure. Kasi it's not just you failing, but the family as well. So itong mga pressures na to, itong mga societal issues that emerge, contributes to the concept of overthinking.
So, Doc, that's utang na loob.
Yes, the debt of gratitude because pinalaki kita, I fed you, I clothed you. At some point when I'm the one needing help as a senior, for example, alagaan mo ko or pag-aralan mo yung mga kapatid mo. So it doesn't end, no, yung responsibility na yun.
I just want to add, Doc, as I was telling you earlier, na parang I shared on my TikTok na 15, 16 pa lang ako, nag-work na ako. And nung nag-share ako ng ganong story ko sa TikTok, and I told everyone na my responsibility is just myself. I was never given any responsibility na alagaan mo kapatid mo, or ako, sabi ng mom, wala.
Okay.
Do you think that mentality of a parent is harmful? That means nawawalan ka ng sense of family, self-centered ka, or person-to-person basis yan?
That's a good question. I think it's person-to-person basis because you are a living testimony that it works also to give you that kind of freedom and then not to put on all the responsibilities on you. And sometimes when we become parents, diba, it's really our responsibility and choice. So we don't have to shove it to, let's say, yung anak mo on certain responsibilities. Now, it will all boil down on kamusta ba yung skill set niya. Baka naman hindi niya kaya yung pressure o yung iba kaya niya yung pressure. So I think nagiging case-to-case basis yung approach depending also on the traits of the person. Kasi some people can, some people could not.
So, ako kasi niniwala ako, Doc, our parents are also trying. They didn't have a guidebook when they became parents. Kasi ba parang sometimes we have this mentality, including myself, hindi kasi yan nagawa ng mama ko eh.
Yung kino-compare.
Yes, or I will end up like them. Malaki ba yung factor na ganun sa Filipino culture? Kasi I'm listening to a lot of American podcasts. So sabi doon, malaking factor daw yung ganun, oh, my parents were alcoholics. So that's why I ended up like this. Ganun din ba tayo sa Filipino culture based on your experience?
The environment in any mental condition plays a role, no? When I diagnose patients with a certain condition, I looked into the biological, psychological, and social component. So yung social component or the environment contributes to the mental health state of a person. So kung maganda yung environment, then it helps flourish. Pero if hindi, it might boil down to certain mental health conditions. Nagpe-play talaga ng role yun, but it's how we adapt to it. Because you were giving an example na if alcoholic yung parent, ako hindi kasi I've seen the effects of it. So maganda yung resilience niya, yung coping niya. Pero there are also others na nagiging intergenerational yung behavior. Depende talaga kung paano natin, on how aware you are if you want to absorb the environmental issue or rise against it.
Pero Doc, namamana siya?
na-acquire siya.
Hindi siya namamana, no? Wala siya
Oo.
para sa genes or
Hindi.
cells or whatsoever.
Although there are some conditions na factor yung genes. So for example, bipolar or schizophrenia or depression, mas depressive state ka kasi you may family member ka na ganun. Pero that rises tendencies, but it's not an automatic situation.
Really? So, pwede mo siya mamana?
Pwede mo siya mas magiging vulnerable ka. Oo. Pero it has to be partnered with a stressor or a problem para magdiretso.
Para ma-trigger.
It's similar to, let's say, yung parents mo poor eyesight. So ikaw, you also have poor eyesight, but it doesn't mean na you can't deal with it. Kaya nga may laser, kaya you could wear glasses, diba? Mas vulnerable ka lang na poor yung eyesight mo kasi ganun din yung parents mo. So same thing with certain mental health conditions. You could be more vulnerable to it.
Doc, I just want to share, when I started sharing my therapy journey, people were asking me this like, sobrang diretso ha, Miss Angelie, sira ulo ka na ba? I mean, ikaw yung doctor, mas alam mo to. Ako kasi, ako lang naman yun. Ganun talaga mag-isip yung mga tao dito, no? Not everyone.
Yes.
But most of the people, pag sinabi kasi, oh, I go to a psychologist, as in ganun, no? Ngayon, 2025 na, ganun pa rin ba mag-isip ang mga tao?
You know, having a guesting in your awesome podcast is a testimony that we are evolving because hard conversations are starting to be discussed. So there is progress compared to a couple of years back. The pandemic has a lot of challenges, but one thing that emerged is the consciousness on our mental health state. So people are more aware now on certain conditions like depression, anxiety. Kasi before, you don't talk about it or it's just pushed under the rug na ang hina mo kasi or bakit kasi kailangan you're matatag, you're strong, diba? The expectations. But because of the pandemic and right now the Gen Zs, the other generations are talking about it, we are talking about it right now. It gives a face on the realities of mental health challenges na hindi lang extreme lagi na baliw, may trauma, yung kailangan ng mental health care. I wanted to make it like a preventative approach sa mental health. It's part of routine, it's part of constantly reflecting, and that is mental health. I was just curious, when you went to a psychologist, what was your presenting concern?
Oh, I love that. You're asking me questions.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so I told my therapist that my parents were not perfect because I love my parents. But we had our own challenges. As a family, my mom had her own challenges, my father as well. I told my therapist, like, I'm not here to be perfect. I'm not here to heal any type of trauma na alam ko, ha?
Okay.
Sabi ko, I had a very lovely childhood.
Okay.
Ang masasabi ko is, I was loved, I am loved, and I will be always loved by my mom and my family. And that's a blessing. You know, that's why I flourished. Kasi parang nasuportahan ako eh. Alam niyo, nakita na mama ko, ay, ganito yung anak ko. Let's water her. Hindi ako pinigilan.
Okay.
You want to travel? Go, Doc. I've been to 140 countries all by myself.
Oh my God.
As a woman.
You started how old?
I was 16.
Wow. Okay.
And my mom saw that in me and she watered that. So my reason why I went to therapy, I told my therapist, I want to be a better human being. I have a lot of my own imperfections. I am not a perfect leader, perfect daughter, no. I told her I want to break my own patterns. I have my own patterns. I have my own crazy things going on in my head. I was like, I want to know, where is this pattern coming from?
See, that's an example wherein you don't have to be diagnosed with a clinical condition to see a psychologist. It could be about self-care, self-growth. You want to understand yourself more. I get some, let's say, sessions with people that have, for example, love challenges, or even how do I become a better leader in an organization. We want to shift the concept of mental health care as a part of life wherein we could evolve and flourish and don't have to wait for the extreme thing of depression, trauma, anxiety, or be diagnosed with a condition.
And I just wanted to share, last October, I was sad. The
Sad,
first
okay.
time ko ma-experience yun, 3 weeks, I am a very positive person. I try my best to find something na magiging happy ako every single day. That could be toxic positivity, but that's how I live my life. Sad ako, I'm gonna find something, kahit kape lang yan.
Talaga, and it will be okay.
And nagiging okay ako, let's say, for an hour, tapos sad ako ulit. Pero yung an hour na yon, talagang hinahawakan ko yun na I felt that good, kahit 1 hour lang. Last October, 2024, 3 to 4 weeks, I was just sad.
Okay.
Dog, first time ko na-feel na pag sinasabi sa akin ng mga friends ko noon, yung pagpa-winter na, yung seasonal depression.
Oo, totoo.
Dog, totoo
SAD,
yun.
nasan ka?
Nasa Spain.
Nasa Spain.
Dog, totoo yun. Ulan ng ulan for 1 month. I was just sad. No reason.
Walang reason?
Wala.
Okay.
Di ko naiintindihan ano yung nangyayari. Na-feel ko siya ulit. Etong buwan na tong March. Gano'n na naman. Because Madrid was just raining and raining and raining. Doon ko naisip, seasonal lang to, ganito na kahirap. Paano pa yung mga tao diagnosed with it? How do they cope with it? Ano ba, or I'm sure there are people na hindi nga nila alam depression yon. Ano yung advice nyo sa kanila na when they feel that, ano dapat gawin nila, or how do you cope with it with your patients?
I like what you said earlier, that you could name your emotion. Okay? So, when you're feeling, let's say, lonely, sad, magkaiba kasi yun. Diba?
Magkaiba yung sad, lonely.
Because you could be alone, pero not lonely.
Ay, ako yun. Mag-isa ako natin.
Pwede rin may kasama ka.
You're still lonely.
You're still lonely, or you feel alone. Okay? So, depende siya. And naming emotions is a superpower because it gives you clarity on what exactly are you feeling. So if you could log it down in a notebook and study yourself, and this is not taught in school, we are not taught to acknowledge emotions.
Dok, Sarah, meron tayo ganung subject.
Oo nga
It's time na.
That's true. But in fairness, recently, the Department of Education is now implementing the mental health in schools. So the president signed
Mag-start na?
Nagsa-start na. So at least magkakaroon na ng program in
College
schools.
yan?
Basic education, actually.
Oh, wow.
Kasi tumataas ang suicide rates, ang
So,
self-harm
may progress na
tendency.
tayo?
Yes. In fairness now, merong at least policy, no? May implementing rules and regulations that we could work on, no? So I'm part of an organization that is into this thing. So I'm also a licensed professional teacher and then a licensed psychologist. So it's very timely to really look into schools now. Kasi when you're an adult, those are the foundations. Kaya yon, yung depression mataas sa youth, yung anxiety also. So yon, with this one, I hope I could bring it down, the preventative strategies, para when they're an adult, medyo less yung issues, not unlike during our time.
Speaking of our time and your time ngayon, there's one thing na nagpe-play ng sobrang grabbing factor, social media. We didn't have that. Ako, nagkaroon lang ako noon, parang pag-graduate na ako ng college.
Okay. So how was your usual routine before without social media?
Ay, Doc, I was super happy. Parang nanonood lang ako noon ng anime.
Talaga? Anong anime? Para alam nila kung anong generation.
Sakura, Sakuragi, Slam Dunk, lahat pinapanood ko noon. Lahat, Inuyasha, lahat alam ko yan. May timetable pa ako noon. Ay, panoorin ko to, papanorin ko yan, ganyan.
Tapos okay ka naman, di ba?
Ooh, I want to talk about social media. It's not just sa mga bata, ha? Ibibigay ko example sa sarili
Sige.
ko. So dati, yung Instagram ko, TikTok ko, nasa front ng phone ko.
Okay.
Ngayon, I'm trying to trick my mind. So nangyari, tuwing kukunin ko yung phone ko, alam na ng brain ko, yun yung pipindutin ko. Kahit wala naman ako kailangan.
Ay, wow.
So ang ginawa kong trick, gumawa ko ng 4 pages.
Okay.
Inago ko sila sa pinakadulo para yung brain ko, tatama rin siya hanapin. So ngayon, 4 weeks na akong gano'n, di na hinahanap ng brain ko yung Instagram.
Were you wired before to look at the number of likes, the content also? Do you consume content? Yun ba yung pumalit sa Slam Dunk and Sakuragi mo?
Actually, ako, Doc, siguro, medyo iba ako gumamit ng social media. Kasi hindi ako influencer, hindi rin ako digital creator, na yun yung pinagkikitaan ko, na kailangan mataas yung engagement. Kasi parang kanina nag-usap tayo, I'm a businesswoman.
Correct.
I'm an entrepreneur. Sa akin, what nagmamatter is, pag nag-post ako, ilang clients or ilang tao ang mag-i-inquire. So for me, gusto ko, kunyari, if ina-follow ako ng 100 clients, gusto ko makita lang yun ng 50 na clients na I went to Mexico, I went to Cuba. Mag-message sila, Anjali, anong galawan dito? Yun yung nagpe-play na big factor sa akin.
Okay.
So, parang awareness.
So, magkaiba yung intention, no?
Yes.
And that makes it At least it's defined, no? You're
Yes.
aware. And then yung identity mo, it's not equated to,
Actually, na-offend nga ako pag sinasabi ng mga tao, oh, influencer ka. Actually, hindi naman offend. That's so, we need to name, what we feel ng right way. Hindi offend. So, kung ano man yun, parang ako, nagiging defensive ako. Hindi ako influencer. I'm an entrepreneur. Kasi parang ka, kunyari kayo, sabihin na, hindi kayo doctor. Ay, professor ka. Ganyan. Sabihin, no, I'm a doctor first. So, ganun yung nafe-feel ko. Pag sinasabi ng mga tao, influencer ka, pa-picture ka. So, hindi po, businesswoman po ako. So, feeling ko, you said intention. That's very important. Thank God, natutunan ko yun ng very young age ako na ayoko tawagin niyo ako influencer, content creator, digital creator, kung ano-ano pa. Please call me Angeli Dub, the entrepreneur.
and that's very important in how you see yourself, yung self-worth mo, yung value mo, no? And some people are lost actually knowing who they really are.
How do we help them through this podcast?
I'd like to invite you to a more intense reflection. We call it introspection.
Nasa book yan.
Correct. Yung introspection is a deep reflection of where am I in life right now, or what do I want? Because sometimes we are consumed with the daily hustles, the busyness of life, that we forget to live. No? So we go back to the basics. Like for you, it was very defined since you were 15, 16, diba? This is what you wanted. And I hope it could inspire people to do this constant reflection. Kasi yung iba, if it's always other people or trabaho, it takes away yung essence of living. No? So siguro yun, we start with
Hindi ko maiyak
introspection.
ako kasi I want to share something,
Yes.
pero I'll let you finish.
I'd like you to have a constant introspection with yourself. The best relationship should be with yourself.
Gusto ko na i-share bago ko
Sige,
maiyak.
share mo na. Oo.
Kasi
Ano
alam nyo,
nangyari?
a lot of people ask me why I moved to Spain. Pero doon ko alam mo, napagod ako kasi yung rat race dito, kailangan lagi kang relevant, kailangan lagi kang famous, kailangan lagi kang may bago. Parang hindi ko siya kinaya. Like after nung COVID, talagang parang na-collapse ako. I cannot live like this. Sabi ko, when I started my business, hindi ko naman gusto sumikat eh. Hindi ko naman gusto yung nasa social media 24/7. Sabi ko, I don't want this life. I'm very grateful. Nakilala yung business ko,
Yeah.
nakilala ako. At yung paulit-ulit, every day you wake up, oh my God, ano yung post ko today? Kasi yung constant pressure. So, share ko to sa ibang podcast ko. Sabi nila, why do you love Spain? Mag-isa ka doon.
Oo.
Alam mo, Dok, so, oh my God, naiyak. I was a human being for the first time. People did not look at me as my walking business. Oh, that's Access Travel. Or that's
Correct.
ganito. I was just Angeli. I was just living my life. Natuto ako gumising araw-araw, pumunta sa gym kahit bogag yung buhok ko na wala magbi-video sa akin, bigla nag-viral ka na. Or may sinabi ka, bigla nawala yung tension sa shoulders ko. I learned to drink my coffee without thinking may nakakita sa akin na kilala ako.
Mag-shoot, yes.
I just learned to live my life. That's why sobrang nakarelate ako doon na tao ka lang.
And yun yung beauty ng tao ka lang, 'di ba? You are capable to hope, you're capable to be grateful, sometimes you're
And
angry.
fail.
Exactly. And along the way, you'll find people to support you. You'll know yourself more, your capacity. And such a beautiful thing for you to realize it now and do something. Iba kasi yung na-realize mo and you don't act on it. And ikaw, you push to really, let's say, live Manila, diba? And be in Spain. So, nandun na rin yung healing mo. You're serious on, making sure na parang you grow, you become who you are, who you want to be.
Yes, tsaka i-acknowledge ko na privilege yun. Hindi ko naman sinasabi sa mga tao, lumipat kayo across the world. No, you can do small steps.
Exactly.
Diba? Dito ko gusto ipasok yung boundaries. Diba nagpe-play yung boundaries ng big role para maging masaya tayo? Kasi natututo tayo mag-no.
Yes.
So alam ko yun yung isang bagay na nagsistruggle sobrang daming Filipinos. Kasi pag sinabi mo boundary, parang kasi negative yung iniisip. Self-centered ka, narcissist ka. I think no, boundaries is the best way to take care of ourselves. Diba? So what are your tips? How to create healthy boundaries?
Okay. First of all, you have to be comfortable with saying no. And no is also a complete sentence. Saying no is not being selfish. It's actually saying yes to yourself. So pag nakita mo na parang it already consumes you as a human being, it already distresses you, it already puts you in situations that it's not really you, then it's about time to start saying no. So you could start with small things. Even with social groups, 'di ba? Or family expectations, 'di ba? The little micro no's is very important to preserve yourself. If you are depleted, you cannot give something you don't have. No, so kailangan una ka talaga. Yun yung tinatry natin i-change dito sa culture natin in the Philippines. To at least be open-minded on taking care of yourself first so that you have bullets to take care of others in the long run.
You're talking about that. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I don't have such responsibility.
You know, you have to tell that to your parents that they're so cool. Isipin mo yung ibang tao, yung ibang Filipino, where they're still figuring out themselves, yung life.
Nasasaktan ako, Doc. Every time nababasa ko yung sa mga comments.
Ang dami.
Alam mo yun, parang guilty ka na dapat hindi. Nasasaktan ako kasi parang nafe-feel ko yung ibang tao. Kasi parang ako minsan, example, all the money that I make is mine. Parang I want to help my siblings, pero ayoko silang masanay. So I had to create this boundary. Talaga sinabi ko, sorry, di ko kayo bibigyan. You learn, then pag talagang hindi nyo na kaya, that's the only time I'm gonna step in. It's painful for me.
Are you the eldest?
Yes.
Ayun. Okay.
Wala ako binibigyan. Kasi kahit ang layo na narating ko, sabi ko, you have to learn how to create your own path. I will teach you how to fish for yourself, but I'm not gonna give you the fish. It was so painful. Kasi love ko mga kapatid ko eh. Ganun kami eh. But for you to teach someone, sometimes you have to be tough. Talagang sabi ko, wag yung kausapin. You build your own life. Ngayon, yung mga kapatid ko, grabe, Doc, ang layo na narating nila.
Talaga. And they acknowledge that, na parang salamat ate for
pag binabati
pushing
nila,
me.
Naiiyak na naman ako pag family ko, ano ba yan? Pag binabati nila ako sa birthday ko, sinasabi nila, thank you for being our second mom. Kahit wala tayong dad, we have 2 moms.
Oh.
Parang ganun.
How many siblings do you have?
We are 4.
Okay.
Lahat kami, separate kami ng life. Like, iba-iba kami ng ginagawa. And we are so grateful to our mom, like yun in-acknowledge.
Si mom, does she transfer?
She's single mom. Kasi namatay yung dad ko.
Oo.
But you mean transfer?
Like, dito sa sibling muna na to, and then, or may sarili siyang...
Wala. My mom has her own money. She has her own job. Lahat kanya-kanya kami.
Sobrang independent talaga lahat.
Pero ganyan kami. Kasi may misconception sa Filipino culture.
Ayan. Okay.
Pag independent ka, selfish ka, hindi ka ganun sa family mo, we are all so close. In fact, I was in the US. I celebrated my birthday in the US with my sisters.
Okay.
And my mom.
Wow,
Pero
okay.
di ko i-post sa social media. That's my private life. Pero I posted, I was in New York City, traveling alone. Pero I'm this close to my family. May mangyari sa amin kahit kanino something, lipad agad mama namin.
Ang galing ano. Paano yun? Like, there's, yun nga, boundary of being independent. You're still your own self. But at the same time, acknowledging that family is
everything.
Is everything.
Everything.
So it could happen.
Yes, kasi nga ako, I always tell people, my family is not my hindrance. They don't hinder me. They are my support system. Paano sinabi ko sa mama ko, mama, lipat ako sa Spain. Sugot niya lang, may pera ko, okay. Yun lang. Diba, wala na yung discussions na paano mo yan, sarili mo, wala. I feel like yung trust, that's my greatest treasure. The trust of my mom and my family. Anyway, I don't want to end this episode because I love going to therapy and this felt so healing, no?
Yes.
Parang nahila ko, my God, naiyak pa.
Pati ako.
Mental health is a very, very grabe, malaking conversation to eh. Ang dami pa ng departments, na baby departments, big departments. So if there's one thing or quote na you live by that you want to share with our audience, ano yon?
I want you to parang put mental health at the forefront. No, make it really a priority because it could save lives. It could also enhance. Kasi we are at the stage where there's so many pressures. Get to know yourself in a deeper level. Doon sa, ewan ko kung familiar ka with Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences. Meron yan iba-ibang galing, like some are good in math, diba? Some are good in sports, music. Pero merong dalawang concept doon, like interpersonal relationship, tsaka intrapersonal relationship. Eh yung intrapersonal, that is a relationship with yourself. Doon minsan may neglect or we think it's not as important because you know yourself already. But mental health is surrounded by how well do you know yourself. How well do you respond to triggers, to affirmations, ano ba love languages mo? So I invite you to get to know yourself in a deeper level. You start with that, no? Kasi these are preventative measures on having higher risks of, let's say, depression or anxiety. get all the resources that you can, get a friend, get a mentor, get a support system with you, and give it your best shot in life.
So Doc, to simplify lang yung last yung message nyo, when you don't know yourself, malaki yung chances na makakuha ka ng depression, anxiety, and do overthinking.
Mental health conditions, yes. Because it's gonna spiral, no? And
Kasi parang lost ka.
sometimes kasi hindi ka aware, napupunta ka dun sa triggers mo. Instead of veering away, sometimes you find out you're in the middle of the trigger or the problem itself. Oo. So, before you get to that situation, dapat meron ka ng preventative measures.
Doc, alam nyo, life is hard. Kailangan talaga matatag ka. Sometimes not even to save you from outer environment. Sometimes to save you from yourself. Kailangan talaga strong, you have to develop that skill.
Yeah.
Na resilient ka. Pag sinasabi ng brain mo, hindi mo kaya ganito, you have to shut it down. Like shut up. Pili ko, yun din yung natutunan ko after living in Spain. Doc, sinasabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, Anjali, shut up.
Wala kang aasahan, ikaw
This
talaga.
is not true. This is not true.
That's good, no? Kasi what you're highlighting is that not all thoughts are factual.
No.
So doon nga yung overthinking nagpe-play. Gumagawa siyang narrative na possible hindi naman totoo. And that's where they concentrate the time, the effort, hanggang stuck na siya dun sa struggle na, dun sa mental loop na yun.
Yes.
Alright.
That's all. Thank you so much for
Thank
the therapy session. That's all, guys. Please plug in your social media platforms where we can follow your journey.
Okay, thanks so much, Angeli. You could follow me at any social media site under at Psych Rhea Villa. So thank you so much for this opportunity and looking forward to another conversation.
And please, kunin nyo yung book ni Doc kasi
Yes.
sobrang helpful. Tama na brain. Pwede nyo i-add to cart sa yellow basket ng TikTok ko kasi nalagay ko siya doon. Hindi ko alam paano ko tatanggalin. That's all, guys. Bye!